Hello everyone, this is Dave, and let's take a look at Unit 1, Lesson B, Vocabulary. Alright, animals blank their young against predators, other animals that try to eat them. Animals defend. When accidents blank on the highway, the police come as soon as possible. When accidents occur. This university lab does a lot of blank on allergies research. The student came up with a brilliant new theory, and her professors were very impressed. Let me just close this sliding door because someone has started a car or motorcycle. In Tokyo, we used to have very polite neighbors, but somehow they rented an apartment below us to some people who are not so polite. They have parties late at night, and that may or may not be them, but that sounds very noisy for a long period of time. Why let it run so long? Anyway, fried foods at restaurants often blank peanut oil. If you're allergic to peanuts, be sure to ask before your order. Often contain. The immune system can blank huge numbers of antibodies to fight disease. Can produce. There are many different kinds of blank in the human body. Cells. Make sure that you blank the stamp to the envelope firmly. Attach. Oops. I don't blank to emails from people I don't know. I don't respond. Our city is polluted, so asthma is becoming more and more common here. Great. It's definitely a motorcycle outside. Why put it on and let it run? You don't need to let it warm up in the summertime for so long. Vocabulary. Drag the correct words to complete the conversation. Click Submit to check your answers. I just found out that my daughter is allergic to peanuts. A lot of foods, peanuts or peanut oil. We have to be careful about what she eats now. Contain. A lot of foods contain peanuts. Oh, that's too bad. Allergies are so common these days. It seems like allergic reactions blank almost every day at my kids' school occur. I heard that it's because people keep their houses so clean nowadays. In the past, Mast had an important job. Mast. They had to defend our bodies against harmful diseases or infections. But now, there aren't many real diseases around, so our bodies get confused. They respond to harmless things like pollen by attacking them. I've heard about that theory too, but I'm not sure if it's true. Some scientists think that there may be other reasons for the rise in allergies. Anyway, they clearly need to do more research on this problem. That's for sure. Also, maybe if they knew more about allergies, the drug companies could produce better medicines to cure people when they have allergic reactions. So I'm not sure what mast cells are, but through the process of elimination, we could find that that is where cells goes. Okay, got those correct? Vocabulary skill, understanding meaning from context. Read the paragraph, then choose the correct definition for each word in bold. Submit to check your answers. To review the skill, click the PDF icon. So we'll take a look at the skill. Vocabulary skill, understanding meaning from context. It's often possible to guess the meaning of a new word by paying attention to the other information around it or the context. For example, in this excerpt from Exercise A, if you don't know the word reaction, knowing that sneezing, itching, and breathing problems are examples of reactions can help you guess its meaning. When this occurs, the mast cell produces substances in the body that cause allergic reactions, such as sneezing, itching, and breathing problems. Okay. Let me open the window again. Now that rude Mr. Motorcycle Guy has ridden away. I really need some caffeine this morning. I was going to make some tea, but my wife's mother was using the kitchen, so I just made hot water instead. It feels very nice, but it doesn't have the jolt of tea, the slight energy of caffeine. Do you cough and sneeze whenever a cat is nearby? If so, you are probably allergic to cat dander. Cats produce a lot of dander or pieces from their skin, and it is difficult to get rid of it by cleaning because it is hard to see. The best way to prevent allergic reactions is to avoid cats, of course. But if you love cats and want to be near them, there are medicines you can take to make you feel better. For example, allergy shots can relieve your coughing, sneezing, and other allergy symptoms. So dander, a small baby cat, a cat's fur, pieces of a cat's skin. So it says, probably allergic to cat dander. Cats produce a lot of dander or pieces from their skin. Avoid. So I can answer this one without even looking, because avoid is not a very difficult word. Stay away from. But let's see if we can see it from the context as well. The best way to prevent allergic reactions is to avoid cats, of course. But if you love cats and want to be near them, there are medicines you can take to make you feel better. So you see avoid cats, of course. And then there's the but, which is going to tell you something that is contrary or opposite to that. But if you love cats and want to be near them. So because it says but near them, you can assume that avoid means stay away from. And then finally, relieve means to reduce. But let's see if we can find it here. For example, allergy shots can relieve your coughing, sneezing, and other allergies. So because you want to be around cats, but if you love cats and want to be near them, there are medicines you can take to make you feel better. For example, allergy shots can relieve your coughing, sneezing, and other allergy symptoms. Because from the context we know about talking about allergies and symptoms of allergies are those listed, then to relieve them should mean to reduce them. And we did okay. Okay, listening to a conversation about allergies. Choose true or false. Click submit to check your answers. Tina doesn't like cake.
Would you like a piece of cake, Tina?
No thanks, Greg. I like cake, but I can't eat it.
Oh, really? Why not?
I'm allergic to it.
You're allergic to cake?
Well, not just cake. I am allergic to any food that contains gluten.
Oh, I've heard of gluten, but what exactly is it?
It's a protein in wheat. I can't eat any foods that contain wheat.
So you can't eat cake, bread, pasta, cereal, what else?
Actually, a lot of foods contain gluten. I have to be really careful about what I eat. I check the list of ingredients before I buy anything in the supermarket.
What a pain.
I know. Pasta is my favorite food.
So, what happens if you eat gluten?
Well, my immune system thinks it has to defend my body against the gluten, so it responds by attacking my stomach. That means I get stomach pain and diarrhea, and I feel sick. Some people also get skin rashes and have trouble breathing when they eat gluten.
That sounds awful.
It is pretty bad, but I'm fine if I stay away from gluten. It's not so hard to do nowadays. Gluten allergies are becoming more and more common. Lots of people need gluten-free food. So foods that don't contain gluten, like rice noodles, are more available now. And it's getting easier to find bread, pasta, and other wheat-based foods that are made without gluten.
That's good. But why are gluten allergies more common now?
There are different theories about that. In the past, nobody knew what gluten allergies were, so people who had gluten allergies didn't know they had them. But now, doctors are aware of gluten allergies and they're correctly diagnosing more people. That's one theory for why the allergies are so common now. Another theory is that the American diet contains a lot more gluten than it used to, and our bodies can't handle all the extra gluten.
Interesting. I wonder if I'm allergic to gluten too. Sometimes I get a stomach ache after I eat pizza.
Well, that's probably not a gluten allergy. It's because you eat too much pizza.
Okay, that wasn't a very realistic conversation. The way the two actors spoke was overemphasizing it. It's one of the reasons I don't really like textbooks because it's not actually natural. So we could answer this question in the first few seconds. Tina didn't say she didn't like cake. She said she liked cake, but she couldn't eat it because it made her sick. Is gluten a protein? Let's listen one more time.
Would you like a piece of cake, Tina?
No thanks, Greg. I like cake, but I can't eat it.
Oh, really? Why not?
I'm allergic to it.
You're allergic to cake?
Well, not just cake. I'm allergic to any food that contains gluten.
Oh, I've heard of gluten, but what exactly is it?
It's a protein in wheat. I can't.
So it's true. It's a protein in wheat. Only cake, bread, pasta, and cereal contain gluten. I don't think that's right.
Any foods that contain wheat.
So you can't eat cake, bread, pasta, cereal? What else?
Actually, a lot of foods contain gluten. I have to be really careful.
Okay. Gluten attacks the stomach and makes people feel sick. No. It's not the gluten that attacks. The body is attacking because it thinks gluten is bad.
What I eat. I check the list of ingredients before I buy anything in the supermarket.
What a pain.
I know. Pasta is my favorite food.
So what happens if you eat gluten?
Well, my immune system thinks it has to defend my body against the gluten, so it responds by attacking my stomach. That means
Okay. You can buy gluten-free bread and pasta nowadays. True. In the past, doctors didn't understand gluten allergies. True. And Greg is probably allergic to gluten. False. Well, we don't actually know. She said it's probably that he eats too much pizza, not that he has a gluten allergy. Yay. Note-taking skill. Writing keywords and phrases. Listen and choose the best notes for the information you hear. Click Submit to check your answers. To review the skill, click the PDF icon. Note-taking skills. Writing keywords and phrases. When you take notes, you won't have enough time to write down every word that you hear. Don't try to write full sentences. Instead, listen carefully in order to understand and write down only keywords and phrases that will help you remember the most important ideas. You hear, fortunately, I respond well to my asthma medication. It works really quickly and I always take it with me. You write, asthma medication works quickly. Okay.
Well, my immune system thinks it has to defend my body against the gluten, so it responds by attacking my stomach. That means I get stomach pain and diarrhea and I feel sick. Gluten allergies are becoming more and more common. Lots of people need gluten-free food. So foods that don't contain gluten, like rice noodles, are more available now. And it's getting easier to find bread, pasta, and other wheat-based foods that are made without gluten.
Why are gluten allergies more common now?
There are different theories about that. In the past, nobody knew what gluten allergies were, so people who had gluten allergies didn't know they had them. But now, doctors are aware of gluten allergies and they're correctly diagnosing more people.
Okie doke. This one's not available. Okay, let's also do the review. Click on each numbered block, choose the correct answer, submit to check your answers. Kate has too much blank in her life. She needs to relax more. She has too much stress. Exercise can help blank heart disease. Prevent. The scientist has an interesting blank about why allergies are more common these days. Theory. When pollen enters the body, the immune system blanks quickly. Responds. Skills. What is the best response to this statement? I just moved to a new apartment. Oh, really? Did you buy a house? Oh, really? What about you? Oh, really? Where is it? Read the paragraph, then answer the question. What does diagnose mean? I wonder if we can do it without reading the paragraph. Understand more about an illness. Find out what illness a person has. So it is the second one. Find out what illness a person has. Is there even more? Do research on an illness. Nope, let's find out what illness a person has. In the past, nobody knew what gluten allergies were. So when people had allergic reactions and went to see their doctors, the doctors couldn't figure out what the problem was. But now doctors are aware of gluten allergies and they can diagnose these allergies correctly. Listen to part of a lecture on diabetes. What main idea is the speaker trying to get across? Let me see if I can guess without hearing. People get diabetes because their parents had the disease. Being overweight is likely to cause diabetes. There are ways to prevent diabetes. I'm not sure if I can answer it without listening.
So, how can we prevent this terrible disease? In some cases, unfortunately, we can't. Some people probably get diabetes because a parent or grandparent has the disease. However, in many cases, there are things we can do to stop people from becoming diabetic. Research has shown that unhealthy lifestyle choices, such as being overweight and not exercising, are likely to cause the disease.
Listen to a lecture on diabetes, pay attention to keywords, then choose the best notes for the information you hear.
If you already have diabetes, eating well and exercising will also help you to control the disease and live a normal life. Keep in mind that these activities affect blood glucose levels, so carefully check your own glucose levels before you do them. High blood glucose levels can damage your nerves and organs, and low blood glucose levels can make you feel sick and weak. This means you need to keep your blood glucose levels steady, not too high and not too low.
What can exercise do help you do? Have a better attitude? Have higher blood sugar? Have higher blood pressure? What should you do if you have high blood pressure? Try to gain 5 or 10 pounds, eat lots of dairy products and meat, take medication if a doctor advises you. What is true about allergies? 78% of children are allergic to chocolate. Seasonal allergies are bad in fall and winter. More and more people are getting food allergies. What does Elena think is her biggest allergy problem and why? Her peanut allergy because you don't always know when foods contain peanuts. Her asthma because she lives downtown in a polluted city. Her chocolate allergy because she loves chocolate so much. I think that might have actually been in the book. I don't remember. Well, perhaps they said it in the recording, but it doesn't seem like something we just did. It was maybe from exercises from last night, because I did this over 2 days. So I've completed Unit 1 now. Yay! Unit 1, except for the respond ports. The respond and speaking skill could not be done on my iPad, which is okay. So I will upload this video. Please watch it and write a response.